For today, we will tackle about legal environment. So, first, let's define what is legal environment. So, it is the set of rules and regulations to be abiding by law stimulating and surrounding the business. And it is also refers to the code of conduct that defines the legal boundaries for business activity. There are two components of legal environment of business concern. So, first is laws and administrative orders of the government. It is a legal document issued by the administrative agencies such as Environmental Protection Agency. It is directing an individual, businesses, or other entity to take corrective actions or refrain from an activity. Second is judicial system of the country. Judiciary branch of government whose task is authoritative adjudications of controversies over application of laws in specific situation. Like here in the Philippines, we have Supreme Court, which is established in the Constitution. So let's proceed to the diversity management. So, what is meant by diversity management? Diversity management is a deliberate effort made by the leaders of an organization to hire diverse talent and support an inclusive workplace that values and protects each of its employees equally by providing resources to learn from, connect with respect, and individual differences. Organizational actions that aim to promote greater inclusion of employees from different backgrounds into an organization structure, depending on the company's goal and industry through specific policies and programs. Good management alone will not necessarily help you work effectively. So what was the use of good management? Instead, acknowledging people's differences and recognizing these differences as valuable. So diversity management enhances good management practices by preventing discriminations and promoting inclusiveness.
What are diversity management strategies? A diversity strategy allows you to make your business more open and welcoming to all. Diversity strategies have many aims. These are to increase the number and seniority of ethnic minority staff within your business, make your workplace environment and culture friendly to all, and or ensure your business is meeting its legal obligations. These are some of the most strategies used to manage diversities in the workplace, but every business is different. What are the 5 laws that protect diversities in the workplace? Equal Pay Act. This act made it illegal to pay men and women different wages for the same work. The Civil Rights Act, Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, making it illegal to discriminate against anyone due to their sex, race, national origin, religion, or sexual orientation. Pregnancy Discrimination Act. It not only protects from discrimination against pregnant women, but anything related to childbirth or similar medical conditions. Age Discrimination in Employment Act. This prohibits discrimination in the workplace of those 30 years of age and older. Employers must hire workers based on ability and not age, and wages cannot be reduced because of age. Vocational Rehabilitation and American with Disabilities Act. This act protecting mentally and physically disabled workers against discrimination with regard to application process, hiring, promoting, setting wages, and other details. Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act. This prohibits discrimination of employees based on genetic information, stating that employees cannot refuse to hire, fire, limit, segregate, or classify workers based on the employee's genetic information, the employee's family's genetic information, or family history.
How can managers encourage diversity? Connect employees to outside resource groups like those dedicated to young professional and women's leadership. Make sure your leadership team reflects diversity as well by hiring and promoting diverse candidates into those roles. What are the 5 major kinds of employment laws? First, civil rights laws. There are employment statutes in the United States as well as in the state of Texas, which protect employees against discrimination. These statutes prohibit discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, pregnancy status, age, and disability. Second, family and medical leave laws. In 1993, the Family and Medical Leave Act became law, allowing an employee to take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave within a 12-month period. This employment law allows employees to take time off work to care of a sick family member, to care for a newborn baby, or for pregnancy needs. Third, workers' compensation laws. If an employee is injured or develops an illness because of work-related conditions, the workers' compensation laws come into effect. In Texas, employers have the option of purchasing workers' compensation insurance or opting out of the program completely. Fourth, labor relations laws. Though Texas is a right-to-work state, there are certain employment laws at the federal level which protect employees who engage in union activities. And the fifth, workplace safety laws. The Occupational Safety and Healthy Act requires employers to keep the workplace safe and healthy for employees. This employment law protects employees from recognized hazards such as exposure to extreme noise, toxic chemicals, unsanitary conditions, and medical dangers.
Who is responsible for diversity and inclusion in the workplace? The Human Resource Department, more than any other group or individual, is responsible for diversity and inclusion in the workplace. At 59% of organizations, HR oversees diversity efforts, and at 64%, it's tasked with implementing diversity initiatives. What are the 3 types of arguments in favor of diversity management? So we have discussed earlier what is meant by diversity management. So here now is the 3 types of arguments in favor of diversity management. So first is the diversity is a reality here to stay. Second is the diversity management is the right thing to do. Third is the diversity makes good business sense. First is the diversity is a reality here to stay. So it is an argument that pool of current and future employees is becoming more diverse, and business have no choice but to adapt to this new reality. As time passes by, employees are more competitive and flexible to jobs and knowledge, so as the company must be more competitive also with goals. So second is the diversity management is the right thing to do. It is an argument that companies have an obligation to promote social justice and implement principles of compensating justice through their policies and programs. So here is the company must strengthen more its policies and regulations in the external and internal employees of the company. So the last one is that diversity makes good business sense. It is an argument that diversity management can give companies a competitive advantage. So a company must have an HR that is competitive with its goals for the company and so as to its employees.